Welcome in, everyone. We have week 5 feature match here today for the Keyforge team leg, and it's going to be between AV8R and Gued of the Regrettable Meatybears and the French Keys, the AFK team, respectively. So AV8R part of Regrettable Meatybear and Gued part of a French Keys. Now this is going to be a triad match between these two, which means that we need to look at their decks. Now I'll go over Gued's decks quickly and see which ones they play. I don't know which ones are banned. I don't know which ones are playing. So we'll go over Gued's decks quickly, and we'll go over AV8R's decks after that, and we'll all find out together as they play the games. So we've got from Gued, first starting with Tinkerbell, Realtar Frontier Titaness, which is an 85 SAS Grim Reminders deck. It is a Brobnar Geistoid Mars. The Brobnar featuring 3 different Soul Bombs. Pretty cool, actually. I think Soul Bombs are really nice. It's just it's a nice board wipe. It's a better Lava Ball, which I can't remember, the Brobnar one from Worlds Collide that had 2 chains associated with it too. So no chains. It is a Omni artifact. It's just really good. It comes with a pip, no chains. It can also, if you really are in a pickle, you can activate it on Omni to get into your graveyard if you you really need one last card to be haunted. So great there. It's got Earthshaker for a board wipe. We can look over there to get a 6 board wipe list. 3 Soul Bombs, Earthshaker, a Fiery Arc, not a board wipe, and then War of the Worlds. So Fiery Jark, Bouncing Death Jark. Play, destroy an enemy creature and a friendly creature. You may freeze the 6. So it's a bouncing death cork on a body. We see Berserker Slam, down to size, Memorialize the Fallen for some amber control, Blunderbore for some amber control, and we've got Headhunter, Mournful Barnburner, and Bone Crusher, which is an action, a upgrade that gives the creature action to destroy a creature. Pretty good. Not bad at all. Blunderbore obviously does well into fighting. If you're haunted, it's awesome. Not a lot of support for this Brobnar. I don't think it's going to be the main house, but the 3 Soul Bombs and the Memorialize the Fallen really help support the other 2. So the other 2 are going to be, it's Geistoid and Mars. There is no key cheat, notably in this deck, so it's not a Winds of Death key abduction deck. It's got an in here somewhere. Just, I think we all know at this point that this card is actually absolutely insane. If you're haunted, archive 2 cards from your discard pile. No restrictions on the archiving, unlike Forgive or Forget. And if you're not haunted, you discard the top 5 cards of your discard, getting you towards the haunted state, which is just, this card is always huge value. It's just a lot. It's a ton. Poltergeistoids is really cool. Combos really well with the Grim Reaper, which we can see in here. It's got 2 Reavers, which is a card I really like. I think it pulls a lot of weight. Double Snippy is really nice just to deal with flank creatures like a Brazorak, but also just on play deal 2 damage is nice, and it's skirmish, so it's kind of just like a really versatile creature control tool. All going to be adding to that 26 creature control. I mean, a lot of it's going to be the board wipes, right? So we got those. We got Thought Catcher and Webster as well. Webster being a really, really nice taunt. We see a Dark Memento in a haunted house. So the Dark Memento, at the start of your turn, if you're not haunted, discarding cards until you are. Crazy, honestly. Or it can force your opponent to be haunted, or you to be haunted one time. So kind of just a really, really cool card. And it's just, if you're looking to be haunted often, it always gets you there. It guarantees it, which is just good. The Mars has a big magnet, really interesting card. Yeah, this is not it's a rare. I haven't ever played with it or played against it, but really interesting implications into some matchups. And upgrade control and upgrade hate is something we don't really see a lot of. So getting it in the set, I think, is really cool. Double scoop ups. Wonderful value, especially with stuff like, those snippies and all that kind of stuff. You can kind of play down, they do damage, just nice play effects, the arc, all that kind of stuff. It has a Mars first to ready the Mars creatures. It has that War of the Worlds you mentioned earlier, which is destroy all non-Mars creatures, deal 2 damage to Mars creature. Very high value board wipe. No chains. We've got 3 Abductomatic, which is a 4 power, 2 armor Mars robot. It says after fight, if you're haunted, capture 2. So again, looking to be haunted. And then scrap, the least powerful friendly creature captures 2 amber. So still good. We got Iron X Rebel. We got Dr. Xyloxifrex. We got Memra on the red and Nameless Horror. Now, the Rebel and the Dr. Zaloxifrex here are going to be a Rule of 6 combo on their own, coming along with the other Mars creatures to just get extra value. And we have an activator in the Mars first to do it from hand. There doesn't need to be like a setup to this. They can just do it straight from hand. So really good. We'll see how that comes out if they're able to get it. They don't have something like Winds of Death to help set it up, but they do have it in here somewhere. So we'll see how all that goes, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So that's Tinkerbell. And we got another GR here, an 87 GR, Brobnar Mars Star Alliance. Now the Brobnar here, we see Cacophonous Riot, really good card. Concussive Transfer is a really crazy card to reset all the damage on your Brobnar creatures. Just good creature control, and then like just resetting all the damage is really quite something. We see it down to size. Memorialize the Fallen again for some important amber control. Recklessness, really, really, really nice disruption, as well as being efficiency for yourself. So then we get the War Chest to reward going back into Brobnar, but I don't think this Brobnar is really going to be the start of the show again. We got Igon the Green, Igon the Terrible. It'd be really interesting to see if, because of all the discard, I think Igon the Green and Igon the Terrible being coming back are really nice additions to the set, just for like actually allowing them to like be like sort of allowing them to actually be to go off and to get them onto the thing. And Igon the Terrible is an 8 power creature with an effect that's fight steal 1, so a really big dodger. As a rare, they could have made it's I think we're just seeing with what the effect. Like, look at Blunderbore, and then look at Igon the Green or Igon the Terrible. So it's emblematic of something. In Mars, we see Don't Believe Your Eyes is really, really high value. We've got Mars first, Psychic Network for some steel, which is really important when we have 3 Rebels, as well as a Felix, a Shrink Ray Technician, and a Dr. Zaloxifrex. Again, Dr. Zaloxifrex Mars first is going to be, actually we have lots of activators, so really, really easy access to getting rid of, or sorry, to not getting rid of, to activate the Rule 6 combo between Rebel and Dr. Zaloxifrex, as well as the Felix and Shrink Ray Technicians to make it. It's like kind of crazy. Now, importantly, you do need the Rebel to die. So if the Rebel doesn't have a way to die or a way to fight, it's less of an issue. In Star Alliance, we've got double Retro Technician Lee, really just incredible card. If you're haunted, punches play ready, and then after week, you may play a creature from discard pile. Really, really, really impressive. We get the Perimeter Alarm for some house cheating, which I really like. Unprepared is nice to stun. We've got double Staff Sergeant Rhea, which means you are getting lots of writing using on a friendly creature. I can see that coming into handy a lot with the Retro Technician Lees to really help fill the board. Quartermaster Body is going to give you extra capturing. You can see it with the Dr. Zaloxifrex, the Rebels. Like you have a discard pip on the Shrink Ray Technician. You can play this out, and then you can discard a Staff Sergeant Ray, all that kind of stuff. So many activators. You can use it on a Blunderbore, a Morphle Barn Burner. Just lots of really, really interesting uses for it, and lots of ways to discard it, like even off stuff like the Recklessness. So interesting cards, and it'll be now markedly less creature control. This deck is definitely looking to control the board through its creatures, whereas the other one was looking to had lots of board wipes. We don't see that again, but again, markedly there's no key cheat. So we'll move on to the next one, and we see Prime's Jame of the Marches, which is an 84 SAS GR. It is Equidon Geistoid Mars. The Equidon here has Curse of Spontaneity, Double Sandhopper, Tachyon Manifold, Elenia the Charming, which has Treachery, send this play under your opponent's control, and after you forge a key, give control of the most powerful friendly creature to your opponent. Interesting. It's just an interesting card. I like that. That's a cool design. So you see Double Sandhopper obviously has a lot of efficiency. It's if you have good play effects, resetting damage. The Curse of Spontaneity here is just really cool. Can sometimes be bad. Like it's not always good. So it's certainly going to depend on the matchup. I think Curse of Spontaneity is really bad into value decks, or decks that are kind of just looking to play their cards out all the time and keep those hands moving. But it's really good. Can be really good into decks that want to set up and that are looking to set up plays and then get big payoffs from them. So be interesting to see how it matches up into some of AV8R's decks. And the Geistoid has double BR Geist, Crazy Better Exhume, a Boo to make sure you get haunted. Emphatic Malice is going to, if a friendly creature captures 3 amber, if you are haunted, put Emphatic Malice on the bottom of your deck. So just kind of like a recurable Albade or Covetous Hemo on a stick that kind of recurs itself for you. Energy Vampirism. It's just really good. It's really good. The creature captures 1 amber from its own side. Each amber of the creature deal 1 damage to that creature. Just good. We've got Daimo Eldergast, which each friendly creature amber on gains destroyed. If you're haunted, gain 1 amber for each amber on this creature. Crazy card. We're going to see Snippy again, Infiltrator, so lots of treachery going on. We've got Tribute Collector, which is a really nice taunt that comes with some amber control, as well as Webster. Now in the Mars, we do see that Key Abduction. We see Big Magnet again. That's a rare I haven't seen, but twice here. Cool. Key Abduction, double Plagueman for some board wipes. They have -3 to non-Mars creatures. We see Scoop Up for some creature control, Terrible Teammates for some nice efficiency and activating scrap effects. We see War of the Worlds as another board wipe. So 3 board wipes all on Mars. It's a really high concentration of your amber control in one, or not, of your creature control in one house. Abductomatic, Glixel Proliferator, the Ironix Rebel, Nameless Horror, and a Legacy John Smith, which is really cool. That's just like a really, really cool thing to have with a Rebel. It's insane. With the Proliferator, it's really good. Like it's just really, really cool. Okay, so that's Gued. Now we can move over to AV8R. We're going to start off with Nick L. Maniafeld the Brave. And with Nick L. Manifold the Brave, it's a Winds of Exchange, 94 SAS, Brobnar Mars Unfathomable. We see this is not a Halifax deck, but we can kind of see the inklings of something going on here. It is Brobnar Mars Unfathomable with a Grumpus as the token. It has a Feats of Strength. Love Feats of Strength. Feats of Strength is really good. Obviously, people always go up with Berserker, but I actually think it's really good with pretty much all of the Brobnar tokens. And sometimes what you're looking for more than because Splash Attack from the Grumpus counts as dying in a fight, right? Yeah. So I mean, you can create more than one. You can create more than one token creature with one fight with a Grumpus. Off the Feats of Strength. We'll see if we get to see that. Double Fresh Marks, Pound, Brick Nasty's a must in a lot of Brobnar lists these days because you need to be proactive when you're fighting. And it used to. So I always like to talk about what I like to call fighting profitably, and that's where you are. You're not only fighting to get creature control, but you're also looking to fight to get advantage. So it could be card advantage, like in Equips of the Adventurer. It could be card advantage, or sorry, not card advantage. It could be card advantage in the sense that like, you're fighting with the creature, the 2-power creature like Hexpion or a Research Smoko. So it could be something like that, or in the case of Brick Nasty, you're fighting to not only get creature control, but you're also looking to get Amber and advance your own game state. So you want to fight profitably, whether you leave your own creatures alive, that's like skirmish, bigger creatures than your opponent, so fighting down, and just while advancing your own game state while also putting down your opponent's board. So you want to fight profitably. Brick Nasty is really important for that. We see a Harmaler Toon, which is kind of crazy with tokens. It's a rare Brobnar creature. That says each other friendly Brobnar creature gains destroyed, returns creature to its owner's hand. So just really good. Double Shock Herder is you want to be able to fight on play, really good. And double Letter Titans to make things big. We like big things. And we've got Earthshaker down there as well. Thinking of huge Grumpai. Now Mars, we see it destroy them all for some nice artifact control. We're going to see a Genetic Blast if we're dealing with any tokens, which we know we won't be, but that 3 Rebel deck, stuff like that, it's going to be really effective. Triple Scoop Up, really good card. We do see a double Memrex the red, so that triple Scoop Up can make a 6-card archive. That is going to be some nice Memrex the red value. We obviously see the Ironix Rebel on there as well, and a 9 Outpost and a Space Invader. So lots of ways to make the Grumpai on a Mars turn. Now, Unfathomable is going to be our control house here, as it typically is in WoW. We see a Bryozoark first off the bat. We want to be making tokens on the Unfathomable turn the day return we play it, hopefully. And we see Timoti the Damned, which is going to be act as a miasma effect while they have tokens. We see the Befuddle. We see 2 board controls and also combo tools. We see the Dragnet, which can be both. We see the Maelstrom, which is a nice little board wipe. And then we see Abyssal Sight, Befuddle, Illusions of Grandeur. So kind of like the three big hits of common, more or less control and tools in Well Unfathomable. Abyssal Sight, destroy a friendly creature. You get to look at the opponent's card hand and rip a card out of it, put it in the discard. We see Illusions of Grandeur, where you choose a house in your opponent's identity card. If your opponent does not choose a house, you gain 3 amber on the next turn. And then we see Befuddle, which is going to lock opponents out. Going to be really important. If this one gets through, well-timed Befuddles can be absolutely debilitating, even more so than a control league sometimes. So, really important, really important card here. We'll see how it goes at time, when we're going to really hope it doesn't get tokenized if I was AV8R. The next on the list, we got Pacifica Kirch's Hitman. Hard name to say. 92 SAS Prospector, Winds of Exchange deck with an Equidon Saurian Unfathomable House list. Pretty similar. No, never mind. Scratch that. Not similar. We see Double Mass Buyout, Visible Hand, as well as an Equigi Outpost. Love Equigi Outpost. Equigi is my favorite outpost. Hot take, I know. But just like tucking a creature for 3 cards, I'll take that deal any day of the week. We got Gemco Vendor, Double Scrap Scrounger, which could be interesting, could not be interesting. It kind of like protects your outpost as well as your Whirlpool. But we see in Saurian, we see Beware the Eyed, City's Interest, and List Numerai, which is take control of because with Amber on it. Yeah, okay. So it's a stealing card. You can steal it. You can buy it now for $350. We'll see if it performs today and if it's actually worth $350, won't we, everyone? We're gonna get Double Epic Poem, really, really nice. Amber Rush card. Patronage is move half the amber from a creature to your pool, move the remaining half of the creature to the opponent's pool. Really interesting card. Double Pack Saurian, which is gonna be double pipped ward everything. It's allegedly double-sided. It's not actually double-sided. That's a lie. They're lying to you. You just get 2 pips and you're board warded for free. We got Faust the Great, Grammaticus Thrax, which is going to bring in a capture pip and 2 captures and a damage. Okay. Praetor Marius, which is going to be really possibly impactful Amber control, especially if it's warded. Then Unfathomable, once again, bringing in that trio of Abyssal Sight, Illusions, Grandeur, Befuddle. So control tools there. We do see Initiation for token creation. We see Kilogog's Trench, which is kind of interesting. And then we also see Whirlpool. Pretty cool. I know QuickDraw's going to be a fan of this one. So we got a Whirlpool here, which is going to swap control of the creature. So you give control of the creature on the right flank to move it to the player's left flank. So you kind of, you swap them. And then we got double Timoti the Damned for some hand disruption, some succubus-esque effects. So we're going to draw 1 less when I looked at Fathom Reaver and I got confused. We have a Fathom Reaver, which is a succubus-esque effect, which is your opponent's going to draw 1 less card when that's on the field and you have a token. Now, we got double Timoti the Damned. And Timoti the Damned are miasma effects. Really, just really, really cool card that is, you can have, there's multiple ways to attack it. You don't necessarily have to kill it itself. Obviously, that's preferred, but you can also just kill the tokens. And if maybe your opponent's out of token makers, it's not as big a deal. Really cool card. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's pretty well designed for the most part. The miasma effect is really nice. So that's going to be that. And we're going to move on to the next, which is going to be another Winds of Exchange. So we're going to see a triple GR lineup versus a triple Winds of Exchange lineup. We really, truly are living in a Ghost Galaxy, a post-FFG era here with Ghost Galaxy in these 2 sets. This is going to be an 82 SAS Berserker deck, Brobnar Sanctum Star Alliance. We see in the Brobnar double Rant and Rive, so looking to keep it below 8. Looking to keep it below 8 if we can. We see a Smith for some Rush, Stratosmack, high value, love Stratosmack. And most importantly, with Berserkers, we really, really want to see token generation in Brobnar. If I don't see token generation in Brobnar with Berserkers, I'm typically not that worried. That's just me. I'm typically not that worried. Now, they do have Double Brick Nasty, which makes the Berserkers way more threatening. It just makes the whole Brobnar more threatening, with each fight possibly being 2 amber. So they have the linked rare Rebna Starsling, which has to come in. We see a Shock Herder, we see Jarl's Vens as well as a Might Club for some ready and fight effects. Now the Sanctum. So the Sanctum, we see Light Everlasting, which is a Dark Tidings card that's gonna pull a Sanctum creature from your discard pile to put it anywhere in your battle line. Cool card, I like it a lot. Membership Drive, which is gonna make a token creature gain whenever for each friendly token. And then we can check. We have not a ton of token generation in here. We do have a Taxing Journey for some Amber control. We have a Lightbringer Outpost for some Amber control. We've got the Sigil Brotherhood. I love Sigil Brotherhood. I think this is awesome. Obviously it was in Coda, AOA, and Winds of Exchange. I really love using stuff off house. I love house cheating. Stuff that lets me do that I find a lot of fun. We do have a Martyr of the Vault for some scaling Amber control. On top of the Rant and Rives, so there is a way out if they only go to 7, you still have a way out. If they go to 8, you got 2 ways out. Now if they go to 6, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky if they go to 6. However, in the Star Alliance over here, we've got double Contrino Warp, and Contrino Warp is a really abusable board wipe or mass creature control tool. It's worth one chain. It's just really manipulatable to be very, very powerful. We see Hold the Line, which can be really nice as some card advantage. Double Teamworks for token generation. Double Scout Chief Courtier. Tactical Officer Moon, which was a cool reprint. I liked it a lot. I always think Tactical Officer Moon it's annoying on TCO when you gotta click, because you gotta click. It can be really relevant in some games, entirely non-relevant in some others, but just a cool card. Wish it was pre-printed in Dark Tidings. We see a Tentacle and Echo Reflector for some more taxing. Again, forcing, this is really nice because it forces your opponent to go and get in the range of your Martyr of the Vault and your Rat and Rive. And the Martyr of the Vault does come with a Gray Rider for a ready and fight effect. So, something there too. No Night Appalt to get it in otherwise, but and most of our token generation that I'm seeing is outside of Brobnar and the Scout Chiefs, Teamworks, and Membership Drive. So, be interesting to see how this one plays out. But yeah, those are the 6 decks. So, Gued on a full GR lineup, AV8R on a full Winds of Exchange lineup, and let's get into the games and see what we can get. Alright, and we have AV8R up top there and Gued on the bottom, and the decks they are on are going to be, so they're going to be Rhea and Bethencourt. So the Berserker deck from AV8R and the Igon, the Terrible deck from Gued. So yeah, there we go. We see the deck list flash there from Gued, and we'll see how this all turns out. Alright, so Gued starting us off there with a Quartermaster body. Let's see. Checking out the deck list. Yeah, we got Bethencourt, the Wildly Unselfish, AV8R following up with a quick Brobnar Call with Pound. We see a Pound, Jarl's Vend, and Brick Nasty coming down. Pretty good overall, I think. Sort of nice three cards moved. We got a real threat with the Jarl's Vend threatening 3 Amber next turn possibly. Oh yeah. Just trading the body in because it's a free trade. This does give some elusive down. We see the Lee. So right back into Brabnar for Stratusmac 2, yeah, so Stratusmac takes out the elusive. I almost would have maybe used it as another fight, but so we see Jarl's Vend take out the Lee, which is going to make a Berserker, so we got 2 tokens made here, which is going to, destroy that one. Reap with the Brick Nasty with that. So really nice turn. And the Smith. So turn 2 for AV8R going second, going right up to 8 Amber. Just really impactful turn. We do see one of the Katrina Warps, though, made into a token. So that's not going to be a worry anymore. We see Cacophonous Riot and Raging all those. We see a down to size onto the Brick Nasty, so they're not going to make that powerful anymore. And we see Igon the Terrible play, which is going to destroy it. And then we see AV8R forging that first key. Like, they're just gonna get it, right? Gued's gotta get back some tempo, try and get control back of this game, or get back into this game and start putting on some pressure. They just gotta move some cards, see what they can do. This is a best of 3, so if they lose the first game, not the end of the world, even with a good start. So we see the Lightbringer Outpost come down pretty early, as well as the Martyr of the Vault, and then a membership drive, which is going to get Teen 2 Amber. So again, going right to 5, like that is fast. We will see the Unprepared here play, which is going to stun all the Brabnar. You like to see it. That's nice. And 3 cards away from being haunted and that Soul Bomb being active. Okay, and Gued discards the Pyro. Kind of Brabnar cards. Lots of Brabnar seen pretty early. We know there's still a Brick Nasty, so there's still a chance that can come out and start putting a lot of pressure in. We don't know what the 2 cards under the tokens are, of course. But man, what a start. Especially since I think, they definitely, a Grim Reminder is, depending on the decks, some of them are really want to set up to get big payoffs. And when you're on turn 4 like this, it's not crazy. It's going to be crazy if in the next 3 turns we start seeing a check. If we see a check from AV8R for key 3, because I think if you're a rush deck, especially Winds of Exchange rush decks, you want to be checking on turns 6 or 7. Now this deck obviously has the double Rant Arrives, it has the Martyr of the Vault, so it has its own methods of Amber control. But I think what this deck really wants to do is sort of get out ahead, if it can. So going to be interesting here. AV8R taking some time to think. Do they want to go into Brabnar and unstun those creatures? Is that even worth it? We know that there's the Soul Bomb on the table. Now, it's only 4 damage, so it's not going to deal with any of the Berserkers. They've played a lot of Brabnar cards already, so the likelihood of them having Brabnar cards is very low, but they should have a pretty good mitt of either Sanctum or Star Alliance. Since they already played Sanctum, either they've got Star Alliance in there or Sanctum, and like I don't think you're definitely not going to be that upset if you put the 3 Amber onto the Jarl's Vend or something and rescue one of those tokens. I think you're totally fine with that too. This is gonna be interesting here, seeing what AV8R decides to go into. And of course, as we know, Rhea has ways to get us to get to a state where they can roll 6 their Mars. They can start getting their leads down, like even just one's down. So even though they might be a little down, they're absolutely not out. Nowhere close. So just gonna have to dig for that Mars and see how close they can get. Now, with the rule of 6ing, however, you do have to be a little careful not to go too high, because the Random Arrives and the Martyr of the Vault especially can kind of reset all of that. You know, if you go higher than 10, Martyr of the Vault better than Random Arrive, but similarly, it's just a lot of potential punishes. Okay, so we see a Sanctum Call here from AV8R, we see the Celestial Gorm, we're going to see the Sigil of Brotherhood, we'll obviously just see a Reap here from the Martyr of the Vault. Taxing Journey is going to capture 2, one under Jarl's Vend and one into Berserker, and then it's going to rescue the one Berserker with the Lightbringer Outpost and put that captured Amber probably under the Jarl's Vend. Okay, put some under the Berserker, interesting. So AV8R, yeah, at 9 Amber on check for second key, and they're gonna... Okay, so we see the beginning. Do we have a Rebel in hand? Okay, we have a Psychic Network. Which is gonna steal 1. We take it. Oh man, no targets. They got a Jammer Pack here. But, you know, what do they put the Jammer Pack onto? There's no really good targets. But they will tax for exactly 8. So, you know, you remove 2 Amber from the game. You're at least happy with that. I mean, if you were really hoping to gain tempo, that's not good enough. But I guess it's a consolation prize of getting some of that Amber out of the game. Hold the line here. It's gonna be played for just a pip. So this is the hand of Star Alliance that they've got filling in there. So hold the line. Echo Reflector on the Martyr of the Vault is brutal. The Tension Coil onto the Rebel, so it can't fight, so it can't rule a 6 with the Doctor. We get a Camaraderie. Interesting enough. And it looks like we should be so far on point for the Vogue rush of checking for key 3 by turn 6. And we'll have to hope here for Gued's sake that they can get one of the Rebels. If they do go back into Mars, this Rebel will reap. Dr. Zaloxifrex is going to reap for no value. They're going to scoop up a Martyr. Yep, scoop up the Martyr. And they're contemplating if they want to... Okay, which brings them to 9. Now, if we have a Rant and Rive in hand... I mean, you got to make them have it at some points, but they can also just go back into Sanctum and, you know, pop this Gorm, get... Yeah, so we do see the Brabmar card. They're going to unstun that Jarl's Vend. They're going to get the Rant and Rive off, so but not in check. So that is some breathing room. That is some breathing room for Gued. We could have some Lees here. I could see a Star Alliance call here. We could see, yep, Star Alliance call here, and then we're gonna see the Lee come down. It's gonna bring back the other Lee, which will bring back the walls, and the walls will bring back the body. And Gued is haunted, so just, and the Garcia comes down as well. So yeah, so this is just really nice. I really like this. The Jarl's Vend can fight into the elusive on the walls, but it's not going to make any tokens. Okay, so we see a Star Alliance call here. So it's going to be a team mark to make a Berserker. Both the team marks are going to come out. They will get archived. We see a future booster come down, and we see Tech Officer Moon come down. We're going to click done. So not in check here for AV8R. They were just moving some cards, and this Star Alliance board now has a real potential to to go off. They don't have a Yark. I think Rhea has a Yark, because Retro Technician Lee. No Fiery Yark. Okay. Because Fiery Yark and 2 Lees makes a really fun combo. Just really, you can make some really cute plays. They're not gonna have that shenanigans. So it's gonna be really tempting to just go right back into Star Alliance. Yeah, just go right back into Star Alliance. You can start building up even more board pressure. You can make a little loop pinata. Yeah. Yep, like that's totally fine. Like there's just no fighting again. No, reaping. Getting back the body. Oh. Bring back the body. I totally would have, if you're gonna bring back the pyro. If you're gonna bring back the pyro, you put the pyro on the Lee, you fight the Lee into that brick, kill it, play it again with the other Lee. Yeah, there's definitely some optimization here. I think Gued could be in check here. Yeah, Gued could definitely be in check here. And if Gued's in check, that's a very different answer or possibility of response from AV8R. So I think they could have gotten at least one more Amber from a Lee, and I think they could reap again with the Garcia as well. So you see a Brabnar Carl, they're gonna play Jarl's Vend. You're gonna have the Berserker is gonna fight the body, the Shock Quarter is gonna fight the Jarl's Vend. So it's gonna clear the board here. It's gonna fight the other Lee. I wonder if they've got a Rebna Starson. Breaks a 1 elusive. Okay. So they're going to be leaving the walls alive, which I think is the better create target to leave alive than the Xyloxifrex. So at check, a third key with 6 for AV8R. We're gonna see a Brabnar Call, love it. Marlies the Fallen is gonna remove 5 Amber from the game. We see a War Chest and Bergnasty come down. So cycling some cards, they dealt with the check, and that was the one piece of like real scaling Amber control left. And both the Lees are gone, so their access to Star Alliance is really limited now. So Gued is running out of some options to maintain advantage, but they've got lots of Mars left. They've still got 2 Rebels. They've still got their Mars first out there. They've still got Felix for some Amber control for ways to yeet it. There's still some targets in here. They still got the double Reyes as well. So they got tools. They got lots of tools. Everlasting is gonna play. I missed it. But again, importantly, not in check for AV8R. But that Celestial Gorm was gonna bounce those 2 artifacts back to hand. They're just gonna play it. Train Technician. Oh, there we go. Yes, I like it. Yeah. There's the Rhea off of the Shrink Technician that I was talking about. You can reappear, get rid of that. Ooh, I like it. Action again. Remove 2 more Amber. Man, I love Grim Reminder's Mars. Just, even outside of the Rule 6, Dr. Lux effects, planetary combos and all that kind of stuff. I just think so much nice little synergy, and a lot of it's not crazy, just impactful. And if you order it properly and you set it up, then it can be really, really pay off. So you'll have to see that. So Pound is gonna come down, deal with that Rebel and the Felix. My club is going to come down again as well after it was bounced by the Celestial Gorm. Rant and Rive. The second Rant and Rive is going to be gone. Oh, they've reshuffled now. So Rant and Rive is gone. That Merle Vault safely tucked away in the archive. And still their Brotherhood there used. So you see the Brobnar come down now. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty happy, right? If you're Gued, and you're probably not happy if you're AV8R, because there's a lot of breathing room now for Gued. Starlance Call here again. Contrino Warp, which is going to clear the field easily. Future Booster is going to come down. Scout Chief Courtier is going to come down. Teamwork is made from that archive. So 3 Berserkers here for next time. Detention Coil put onto the Scout Chief Courtier. So AV8R on check for 3rd key with 6. Really, and interesting draws there. You see how it's left. So, we see Don't Believe Your Eyes come out from Gued, which is going to deal with that check nice and easy. They're going to scoop up that Berserker in particular. Don't get to check themselves, but they do get to 5. They've lived to play another game. And to both something juicy that Berserker actually ended up being. Scout Chief Courtier reaps, making another. We'll see if they rearrange the battle line. They did. Yep, they did. I wonder why. There we go. They want that Moon under the taunt. See, that's the kind of cool stuff that you can do with Moon. I just think Moon's great. I think this is really cool. Yeah, and that was it. So check with 6 again. Unable to answer it. Well played to AV8R. Well played to Gued, really keeping it in that game. Pretty well managed. And here, chat. Okay, we had the bans. Let's see. Don't deny me, Gued. Okay, so AV8R banned Prime's James of the Marches, and Gued banned AV8R's Nickel Manifield the Brave. So we've got Rhea and Debethan Court played. Debethan Court won, so that one's out of the running, and now we have so AV8R is going to be forced to play Pacifica, and we'll see which one Gued decides to play. Alright, so we know Gued is going to play Tinkerbell in this match. AV8R, as we know, has to play Pacifica. And we'll see how the Prospectors do against Gued's deck here. I really like the look of Tinkerbell. I think it's going to be really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. The triple soul bombs could be really, really nasty. Again, Pacifica, however, has okay amber control, but really bad board control. And obviously the best advice always for dealing with Prospectors is to kill them as soon as you can. Don't let them get big draws out of them. Don't let them reap. If they just get one card out of it, you know, that's kind of the trade you're opting into. And an early befuddle, turn 1 Dr. Zalox effects. Oh, we do see the Whirlpool come down really early though. See, that's awesome. And we saw the so befuddle into the Geist Toid and Illusions of Grand Tour into Brobnar. And the Kilogog's Trench comes down. Holy moly. Man, so that is gonna tick up next turn. So next turn it'll kill the Dr. Zalox effects. But this turn, if Gued wants to give it to him, AV8R's gonna get the Zalox effects. So Gued now stuck in a hard place of, do they want to play cards in Geistoid and give him Amber, or do they not want to give him Amber? So Brobnar, so they opted to not give them Amber, to instead ensure that they don't have to, because obviously that 3 Amber would have put them in check. So yeah, really just brutal opening play there. Favor basically, do you want to give me a key? Do you want to give me a key, a potential key, or not playing cards? So you Hoplite Story there on the Praetormarius, going right back into Saurian, going back into Saurian for the first time. Hoplite Story on Praetormarius, not really relevant 98% of the time, but you never know. Maybe it will one day be. Okay, Haunted House comes down. We see a Headhunter discarded off of the discard pit. In here somewhere is going to hit lots of cards. So we're going to see the Thoughtcatcher, Webster, Rebel, Reaver, Dark Memento, all discarded off the top. So now there are 9 cards in discard, so 1 card away from Haunted. Which is good. It starts turning on some of their effects. Obviously then here somewhere you're happier to archive usually, because archiving is broken. But I think you're pretty happy to sort of get close to Haunted. That Reaver and that Thoughtcatcher all gone. Poltergeistoids here is going to purge. Okay, yeah. Interesting. So plays the Thoughtcatcher and brings it out. Now, Praetormarius here is going to take the Amber. You don't want to get too much Amber. You can sort of see this coming, right? Praetormarius is gonna. Ooh, okay. There's the Pax Soriana. I told you it's not one-sided. Whoever told you Pax Soriana is one-sided is a liar. So we immediately see 14 Amber from on turn 3 from AV8R for the double epic poems and the Pax Sorianas. And yeah, we're off to the races. Epic Poems, I told you, Epic Poem is a crazy good rush card. And like, you don't have any way to activate the Praetormarius unless, no ways to really to use the Praetormarius. You're just kind of screwed. so we see Scoop Up here. Okay, that does take that. Double Scoop Up is going to take the ward and that off. We're going to see Duptomatic come down and be transferred over. And AV8R is going to forge that red key. Now that that Saurian burst is gone, we're going to have to see if AV8R can keep their foot on the pedal. So we see Beware the Eyes come, see Bullet. Okay, we see Enlist, Numerai come down. We see Beware the Eyes come down. Kilgog's Trench is going to blow up that Abductomatic and give that warded Grammaticus Thorax back over to Gued. And AV8R is on check for 11. Now, this is definitely a moment where if you had, because I think there's 3 Abductomatics, so if you have any other Mars creature, and the Abductomatics in hand, taking that Amber and then putting it over on Whirlpool is good. But this looks like it's going to be a quick 2-0. I think this Whirlpool deck really fired really hard early. And again, Winds of Exchange Rush decks, you want to be checking for key 3 on turns turns 6 or 7 typically. Yeah, and that Covetous Seam is going to come down, throw back another 3 Amber of Gueds. And not only going to be that, they're going to have the Fizzaloha effects potentially going to be effect. The draw size effect from Fathom Reaver is going to be on there. So shout out to QuickDraw3457 for hopefully they're enjoying this Whirlpool gameplay and seeing the Whirlpool deck absolutely pop off. Deck's going crazy. In the Soul Bomb, obviously you cannot pop the Soul Bomb right now because you have that Covetous Hema on your board. Okay, so we see the Snippy come down. Gain 1 Amber there. Thought Catcher is going to capture one of the Grammaticus Thorax. No. The Earthshaker. Grim Reaper is going to come down and play ready, and we're going to purge the Grammaticus Thorax and the Fathom Reaver. Okay, okie dokie. And we're going to throw that Fathom Reaver Earthshaker right back. Obviously, AV8R does not have Brobnar, will not be able to use the Earthshaker unless they really wanted to, which they could. They could. That Covetous Seaman no longer has Elusive because it's not on a flank. I mean, yeah, I could see a mass buyout coming down here right now, and you just saying, like, go for it. You give them 2, you take 3. Yep. So AV8R will get 4 Amber. 1, 2. Yeah, 4 Amber. So AV8R is going to get 4. Gued's going to get 2. You're going to make a bunch of Prospectors. Go up to 10 Amber. Get that Amber back. Like, you give them second key, but... Oh, and another mass buyout after the Autonomy Esquire just made all of those tokens. God damn. Yeah, going up to 13. Passes that Esquire back into a token that doesn't have any tokens, so it can't even take a use out of it. And I mean, that Moralize the Fallen is gone. Sorry, as we see, it's in the deck. Gued just showed us, so that's gonna be it. That's just gonna be it. Yeah, no more Moralize. That's that. They would have needed that for that kind of burst. Good game. Good game. Well played. Well played to the Whirlpool. Well played to AV8R. Crazy. Yeah, having the Immortalize in hand would have been great. I mean, AV8R had to make him have it. I think that was such a huge play, and you can't be afraid of stuff like that out forever. So like making them have it. There's still lots of cards in draw. They receive the triple soul bomb out. So well played AV8R. There's going to be a 2-0 there for them on Triad Bo3. They're going to take that win over Gued from the French Keys, the AFK team, and the Regrettable Meatybears is going to take that dub. So keep an eye out for the other Week 5 feature match coverage. I'm not sure who's doing it, but keep an eye out for it. And we will catch y'all next time. And if you haven't already, I should mention this, if you haven't already, the Top Cut right now is happening. The finals are going to be happening at some point, so keep an eye out for that coverage because it is going to be spicy. It is a Sloppy Labwork mirror match. It is both Sloppy Labwork teams in there. Absolutely crazy. Please support whoever is streaming and covering those finals because you know every single one of those games is going to be an absolute banger. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace. And now we shout out those that support me over on Ko-Fi, where you can support me as well at www.ko-fi.com/Fudgenator. Huge shout out to Scott Crowner, our first Ko-Fi member and Ko-Fi legend. Thank y'all for watching. I'll catch you next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. See y'all next time.